Dimensions Live, and today I will be reviewing Night of the Museum: Secret of the Tomb. So this is the third installment and final installment of the Night of the Museum trilogy, and I have mixed reactions about it. I mean, compared to the other two movies in the trilogy, I mean, of course, the first movie I still think it's number one, and I think that's the best one they've came out with. Battle of the Smithsonian, I still liked it. It still entertained me. This one kind of entertained me, but there's parts of this film where it came out short. For example, there's times in the movie where they were going to make, they go to make a joke, and they'd say the joke, but as an audience member, it just fell short. The jokes, they fell short on the jokes, and it's like you could notice it, like a sore thumb, sore room, and it was it was just flat. I get Ben Stiller, most of the time there's going to be comedy. Okay, that's understandable, but at the same time, make sure it's good and it lands perfectly. Because when you have jokes and you want to set them up, and you set them up and they do not deliver, that's an issue. That's something that should not happen. And a movie that wants comedy but actually falls short with having comedy in it. Another issue I had with this movie was, the plot of it just seemed kind of rushed. To be honest, it just seemed kind of rushed. I don't know if they tried to get this done as fast as they could, or they did take the time. I'm not entirely sure, but I can say this off of just watching it. It seems like they did not put too much development into this. My opinion, again. But just saying off of what I saw in theaters, it's like, see, I had heard, and I use Rotten Tomatoes to see how movies are doing, which, it's a pretty good site, which I know a lot of people that I know use that as well. And they're saying, it's about 50%, right at the midpoint. And, honestly, I'd agree with that. But because there's from part A to part B doesn't really smoothly happen. It's like part A going down and kind of goes down, and then it kind of gets better, and then it doesn't. Then you kind of creep around, then you get to part B at the end. It wasn't smooth. It wasn't. And another thing, oh my gosh, I just found so annoying. I wish they would have kept this out. So apparently, the third movie is 10 years after the Smithsonian. And apparently, Larry Daly's son is, 10 years older. The kid, I think, before was like, maybe 12, 13. In this movie, he's about 18, 19 years old. And, oh my gosh, whenever he talked, I freaking wanted to strangle him. Because his voice, the voice just, no. Okay, I get it that he's the son that apparently is 10 years older. First of all, he didn't look anything like he did in the other two movies. I'm sorry, I get what you're trying to do, Night at the Museum, but that does not work. He did not look anything near. I mean, even when I was like 12, 13, you know, I still kind of looked like this. The kid who plays Larry Daly's son in this movie did not look anything near to what he looked like when he was 12, 13 in the Smithsonian and in the first one. Not at all. And when his voice was, you know, he had that, it's like the high kind of nerdy voice that, you know, oh, why? Why would you do this? You can't even get the sun right. And on top of that, we have Ben Stiller, you know, they wanted to have some fun after they got done filming. So they went back and they did a caveman version of Ben Stiller. Just because they wanted to add some humor to it. Which it didn't entirely, as I said before. That part was just, oh, no. I'm telling you, from this trilogy, from the first movie, okay, from the first movie it went down, first and second it went down probably about that much. Wasn't bad. Second to third, oh, it is just down there. It is in Crapsville. This movie, and I mean, it had, she played Fat Amy. Her name's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it at the moment. It had her in it, and you know, of course, she was playing the typical, you know, bigger guard, you know, overweight and all that. But you know, this one, it didn't work. Again, comedy did not work. Like how she's in Picture Perfect. Yes, I've seen that movie. It works there. But in this movie, it didn't work, and this movie could have been a lot better, and there could have been a lot more jokes in it that actually landed correctly. If I were to give this movie a rating, I'm going to actually go 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, I'm going 2.5 out of 5. It wasn't there. It wasn't there at all. So, I mean, but I mean, as, you know, one reason I really went to go see it was because it was one of Robin Williams', you know, final roles. And I mean, for the most part, you know, wasn't a terrible thing to go off on. He probably could have done something better to end his career. I don't know if this one technically should have been his last role. Wish he had something else. But whatever. Rest in peace, Robin Williams. Loved him. But yeah, so yeah, that's my thoughts on it. What did you guys think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did it meet your expectations? Did it not meet your expectations? Did you have any expectations for this movie? Comment below. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's Zane_Van Wyk. Or at Zane_Van Wyk. And yeah, so until next time, guys. Peace.